know when Kristi Slaughter is in the kitchen, we're talking gluten-free. And you make gluten-free so easy and so tasty, and I love it when you come on to show us some new recipes.
Well, thank you for having me.
And we're talking salmon steaks today.
We are. We're doing an Asian salmon steak, and then we're going to do a lemon ginger rice.
That sounds
and
great.
serving them with haricot vert green beans.
Okay. How do we get started?
Okay, so we're going to get the salmon steak is not going to take long at all, and
Right.
make friends with the person who's beside and behind the seafood counter, because they're going to give you the best seafood.
Yes.
This one actually came in yesterday morning. Okay, so I've got a pot of boiling water, and these are the little French green beans,
Okay.
the haricot vert, and I like to blanch them just for a couple minutes before we saute them up. Kids love this because they can pick them up and they can eat them. So it's kind of like a finger food. But
Now, I
it's
know
healthy.
Amy, when she's here, she would be picking them up raw and eating them. 'Cause
Yeah.
She loves just snapping them and eating them.
And you know, now they even have those steamable packets
Right.
that you can just get them in and you can go.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to put them in here
And why the blanching?
just so that they can get a little bit of the green out, a little bit of the tender. Now, I
Okay.
did them on the grill yesterday with
Ooh,
coconut oil,
okay.
sea salt, and cracked pepper.
I
They're
never thought about
phenomenal.
coconut oil on green beans.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
And it gives it another dimension of flavor, and it's not very coconutty.
Okay.
Not like you think it would
All
be.
right.
So we're just going to toss these just for a couple minutes, and then we're going to drain those. And then the rice that we're going to serve is a jasmine rice.
Okay.
Do you fix jasmine rice at
I
home?
have. I've had jasmine rice. I've never fixed it. So show me how easy it is.
Okay, so it's basically like you would fix any other rice as far as the equations. I have 1 cup of the jasmine rice, and then we're going to put 1.5 cups of water. So
I'll
just
go
throw that
in
right down there.
There we go.
That's it, and we're just going to boil that, and then we've got a sauce that we're going to put over it.
Okay,
that will
very good.
complement this beautifully. Okay, so for the salmon, one of the things that I love, especially if you're using a high quality piece of fish or seafood, is it will absorb the flavors that you're marinating or putting it on.
Right.
You don't want to have a beautiful salmon fillet and then it tastes just like soy.
Right.
Because, I mean, I guess you could do a cheaper fish that way.
Unless you
Maybe
just
use
really
your
like
tilapia,
soy.
right,
Yeah.
or your flounder or something. So we're going to do just a light marinade, and we're not going to let it marinate very long. But I have some soy sauce. Now, if you're gluten-free, it's very, very important to use a gluten-free soy sauce because of the way that they ferment the soy sauce.
Right.
Sometimes it has wheat in it.
Ah.
So you're going to want to use a gluten-free tamari or gluten-free soy sauce.
And a lot of stores carry that.
They do, yeah.
You just got to look for it a little bit.
Yes. And we're going to do a little bit of brown sugar. You could also do honey or agave if you wanted to. The reason I use a little bit of sugar, it takes the bite out of the soy sauce and then
Okay.
it gives a nice glaze.
Yeah, you want it to adhere.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to mix that. And then now in your supermarkets, you can find all sorts of pureed herbs.
Right.
You can find them in little containers, in tubes.
Squeeze tubes,
Yes.
yes.
So this one came from a squeeze tube. And I love ginger this way, because you don't get those big kind of hairy
Right.
pieces. You know what I'm talking about? When you get the ginger. And so this is actually just a ginger puree, and it said gluten-free right on the tube.
Okay.
But you could also do the cilantro if you wanted to. So I've got a little bit of the ginger.
Put like a teaspoon of that in
Yeah,
there.
a teaspoon of that, and I probably have 2
It
tablespoons
smells
of the soy.
amazing. You just get
Doesn't
it. Oh,
it?
it smells really good.
You could actually just put this on the rice if you wanted to. This would be good on chicken, on the grill,
Okay.
really anything. Pork. If you did a
Ooh.
pork loin, that
yeah.
would be
Pork-
wonderful.
Oh yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
A lot of people do the grilling of the pork loin now because it's such a cheap cut of meat, and it absorbs flavor like you do the salmon steak. as
Yes,
well.
it's kind of like the meat version of tofu, which absorbs actually
Or
this
mushrooms.
would, or
Mushrooms do
mushrooms,
the
yeah.
same thing.
This would actually be really good with tofu if you wanted to do it a vegetarian way. And a little bit of fresh garlic. I always try to grate my garlic. If I'm going to save a few minutes, I'll buy the tube of the herb. But fresh garlic, there's nothing like it compared to the minced.
All right. And
So
you're
we're gonna
not
put
roasting
that
that
in there.
garlic. That's just raw garlic.
Just raw garlic,
Okay.
yeah. And probably about a half a teaspoon of that. And then we're going to do some lemon. And we're just going to do a little bit of the lemon zest. I love using the finer microplane because,
Right.
as you can see, you're not going to get a big piece of lemon.
You don't want those big chunks.
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to and you're not going to use all of this, you could slice a little bit of this, just the outside, not the white pith part, and you could
Right.
throw it in that jasmine rice,
Ooh,
which would be really
okay.
good. Or orange.
Add a little citrus to it.
Yeah. Another dimension of flavor. Those essential oils are beautiful in there. Okay, so we're going to mix that up, and a little fresh cracked pepper. Easy, easy. You could actually keep this in your refrigerator if you wanted to,
Now,
in a mason jar.
As with the other spices, make sure that what you're getting, especially for your gluten-free diet. I mean, sometimes they little additives and things in there you need to watch out for.
And
right?
sometimes you don't even think that it would have it in there, which is the bizarre thing. And manufacturers will change from time to time when you go and you purchase. So just because it's gluten-free one time doesn't mean that the next time you get it will be gluten-free. And we're going to go ahead, I'll flip this so you can keep your hands clean. And then we're just going to put it on both sides, and we're just going to let it rest just for a few minutes
All right.
before we finish the dish up.
All right, we just got a few
Beautiful
seconds here
like
left.
that.
We got the beans going,
Yes,
we got
they
the
need to go
rice
off.
going, we got the salmon going. So we're going to come back and put it all together here in just a little bit.
Quick and easy,
All
healthy
right.
food.
Kristi Slaughter, glutenfreeguru.com for more information.